today I'm going to be doing my winter favorites video. If you're new to my channel, you may not know that I really love making these favorites videos. I have been doing them seasonally for I think like 4 years now, and they're always some of my favorite videos to film because I get to talk about things that aren't necessarily book related but that I still really love and would definitely recommend. This winter has been crazy good and I have so many things that I've been loving over the last 3 months, and so this is probably going to be one of my longer favorites videos, but that's okay. I'm fine with it. It's gonna be so much fun. I have a lot of like media favorites. I have a lot of like TV shows and movies and music, but I also have some fashion stuff and I have like some life stuff and just like general things. So I'm gonna talk about all the general stuff first, and then we will talk about all the media. I think I'm actually gonna start with my life favorites because my life has been really good the last few months. Great things have been happening for me personally, and obviously like they're favorites for me. The first thing, the big thing, which I'm sure you already know about if you follow me on any other social media or have you seen a couple of my videos previously. I got engaged in January, so that is for sure like my favorite thing of the entire season is that I'm now engaged to my boyfriend, my fiance. I'm still not used to calling him my fiance. We've been together for about 4.5 years and I have been patiently and also not so patiently waiting to get engaged, and so now we are getting married this July, so it's coming up pretty quick, but I'm really excited about it. It is, like I said, my favorite thing of all. It's probably gonna be my favorite thing that happens to me all year, like getting engaged and then getting married, because it's very exciting. I'm not gonna be talking about it a ton in my videos because you're not here for that. I understand that you don't care that I'm planning a wedding and doing all that stuff, but if you are interested in like knowing like some of the wedding stuff, you can follow my personal Instagram, which is where I'm posting a lot of that stuff. It's down in the description, and occasionally I will talk about it in like vlogs or videos or on Twitter or whatever, but just know like I'm not going to saturate you with like engaged content because I understand that that's not people's thing, but for right now it is my thing. I'm really excited about being engaged. Like I said, I've been waiting for a long time to get engaged and it's finally here, so yeah. And kind of going along with that, something that Cole and I decided to do, and it's not necessarily like a favorite yet, but it's something that I wanted to mention because it is kind of like in the works, is that we actually created a second channel. We have been wanting to do videos together for a while, but he obviously doesn't really read as much as I do, and he's not interested in being featured in the booktube realm of YouTube. So we actually created a second channel that's going to be just like life stuff. It's going to be a mishmash of a lot of things. So if you want to go subscribe, there are no videos on it yet. We've been wanting to film a video for a while. We've got a couple things kind of like in the works, but we have not had the time to sit down and actually like film like a proper intro video for the channel or really like get started on some of the video ideas we have. So there's nothing there yet, but if you are interested in seeing Cole and I's lives and just like the general like stuff that we get up to, then you can definitely go subscribe. I'll leave that linked down in the description. The next thing I'm going to talk about is also like not really a favorite because I literally just bought it today, but I know it's going to be a favorite and I don't want to wait 3 months to like talk about it, so I'm going to just show it in this video knowing it's going to be a favorite down the line, knowing it's a favorite today honestly, and it's close enough to winter still that I'm gonna talk about it now. And that is that I got a new cup because that was absolutely what I needed, was another cup to put in the cabinet in my kitchen. I have been wanting to get a new cup like this for a while. I have some smaller ones with like lids and straws and everything, and obviously I have like a shit ton of water bottles, but I have been wanting like a big cup like this that I could drink out of and last me a really long time. I'm giving up soda, which is a very hard thing for me because I'm addicted to caffeine, but I thought a great way to like motivate myself to just really give up soda is to get a new cup to drink water out of. So I got this. I actually bought it this morning. I went to Starbucks before work. I knew that they had some cups kind of like this. I've been eyeing a couple of different styles and they had this one there while I was there. So I got it and I am excited about it. I love it. I've been drinking out of it all day. Obviously water because that's what I'm doing now. But yeah, I just had to mention this because even though it's lame and I'm lame, I love cups, and I love this cup in particular. This is one that I can see myself using day to day. Obviously I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't think that I would use it, and so yeah, got a new cup, a motivational cup, a stop drinking soda cup, and we're 1 day in and I'm doing well. Next up, I actually have some fashion favorites. I feel like it's been a while since I had some fashion favorites. That's why I have water right here. I get choked on nothing. Next up, I have some fashion favorites, and I feel like it's been a while since I had some fashion favorites, but I have 3 to talk about today. The first is a t-shirt. I got this off of Etsy. I follow a girl on Instagram, I guess Bookstagram technically, that makes these shirts and she sells them. And so I really liked this particular one. And so I went on her Etsy and I bought it, and I've had it for a while. I've worn it in a couple of videos, although the way that the text is placed, it's not really like visible in my camera angle, but I've worn it out a couple times and I've got compliments on it a couple times, and I really like it. And it is this t-shirt. It says, "I prefer Shakespeare's drama to yours," and I love that so much. If you know anything about me, you know I'm a Shakespeare hoe, and now I have a t-shirt that just solidifies that and continues to further my growing collection of Shakespeare crap, and also my growing collection of t-shirts. So yeah, I'll leave the Etsy shop linked down below. I can't remember the name of the shop or the Instagrammer right now. I'll leave a link to both her Instagram and her Etsy down below. She makes a couple of different styles of shirts like this with various different types of like literary quotes and stuff on them. So if you're interested, I really like it. It's a really good quality t-shirt. Like, it's thick. It's kind of big. Like, I got a large because I like my t-shirts to be a little bit oversized. And this one is probably more like an extra large. Like, it's big enough. Like, if you want to size up, then I would recommend just sticking with your normal size, because the size up is just like basically 2 sizes up essentially. I don't know what I'm saying. I really like this. I really like her shop. She is really cool. She also included this really sweet little handwritten note in the package, as well as a bookmark. So yeah, it's great. I love it. And like I said, we'll leave it linked down in the description. Another fashion favorite that I have is another kind of weird one, because it's not something that I would typically go for. It's not something that I would typically buy, but I saw this at Target and I wanted it, and so I bought it. And it is this pajama set. So it's a button-up like t-shirt. It's dirty because I literally pulled this out of the hamper because I've been wearing it so much, and it's time to wash it again. Yeah, it's like this little white and like light pink striped button-up top with these little pajama shorts, and I love them so much. They're so soft and comfy, and just like, I don't know, the pajamas of my dreams. I don't really wear pajamas. I'm more of like a big t-shirt or a tank top kind of girl. I'm not really a pajama person. And then I saw these at Target and I was like, am I a pajama person now? I think I am. So I got these, and I want to go back and get like all the different colors and styles, because I really like these a lot. And they're super soft, like I said, and super cozy and just comfy and great to sleep in. So yeah, these are great. I don't know where I've been all my life with the pajama game, but I'm on it now. And my last fashion favorite is actually a pair of shoes, and I feel like I've probably talked about these in another favorites video at some point, because I've had them for a little while, but I've just had like a renewed love for them because I've been wearing them a lot more recently, and that is my tennis shoes. These are Nikes. They are like the basic running shoe, I think. I don't really remember exactly what they're called, but they are like this, and they come in like 700 different colors. I mean, they really come in a lot of colors. These are like the purpley brown color. I don't really know how to describe it. They're like purple in person. They probably look more brown on camera. I really like them. They're so comfortable. They're super lightweight. I have been wearing tennis shoes a lot more recently because we've been taking Luna on a lot more walks recently, as the daylight has been staying longer and longer, and it's been starting to get a little bit warmer around here. So I've been like falling in love with tennis shoes and just like comfy workout clothes in general. And so I thought I would just mention them. Like I said, they come in like a million different colors, and they're pretty like basic. I feel like I see people wearing some variation of the shoe a lot, but I love them, and they're comfortable, and they don't make my feet hurt, and after I wear them all day, my back doesn't hurt, which is always a plus for me. So I had to mention them because I've been loving them, and that's what this whole video is about, is things I've been loving. So those are all of the physical, general things that I have. For once, I don't have any makeup or skincare, which is rare. I usually have some makeup item or skincare item, but none today. So we're gonna move on to all of the media stuff, the entertainment portion of the favorites video. Like I said, I have a bunch of music and movies and TV shows, so this probably is going to be just as long as the first half because I've got so many things to talk about. I'm gonna talk about TV shows first because I've been watching a lot more TV lately than usual. I usually don't watch a ton of TV. Cole and I usually have like a couple of shows on the go that we watch every now and then when we just sit down to eat dinner, but we really haven't been watching much lately, so I don't have a ton of stuff, but I have more than I thought I would. So first off, I have to mention The Witcher because I love The Witcher. I watched it in January. Cole and I watched it in January. I made a whole video about book recommendations for people who have watched and loved The Witcher. I loved it so much. It was such a fantastic fantasy show. I feel like that's an unpopular opinion. I feel like a lot of people were really disappointed by it, and a lot of people couldn't even get into it. I really loved it. I was into it from the very first episode, having no knowledge of the storyline, the books, the video games at all. I was just into it, and I'm really excited for season 2 because I still have so many questions, and I still have like so much that I want to see and experience in the show. So yeah, obviously I had to talk about The Witcher because it is a favorite. It is definitely something that I loved this season, something I would recommend. I'd also recommend my video where I talk about books relating to The Witcher or similar to The Witcher, or books I'd recommend if you like The Witcher. It's a great show. It's a great show. I can't recommend it enough. It's on Netflix if you haven't seen it, and I'm gonna probably rewatch it soon because love it that much. Also, I have to mention Survivor because obviously, as you may or may not know, Survivor is my favorite TV show of all time, reality or otherwise. I love Survivor so much. I've been watching it since season 1, so I'm very invested in Survivor as a show. This is season 40. It is Winners at War, which means it's a season of all winners. It's like the most anticipated season of all time. It is like 5 episodes in at this point, and it is fantastic. Every single week is crazy. I feel like it'll probably end up on my spring favorites as well because I'm going to continue to watch it throughout the spring. It's going to probably end in the spring, I guess, and oh, it's so good. I wouldn't recommend season 40 as a place to start if you have never seen Survivor before because it is a bunch of all winners. Like it's all winners. So you have to kind of know who these people are to care about the season. If you are interested in a place to start in terms of like your Survivor experience, if you're wanting to get into the show, my recommendation would be to start with season 18, which is Tocantins. It is a season of all brand new players. It falls right in the middle of the franchise. Things are kind of starting to heat up in terms of like the way they're playing the game. I think if you want to start somewhere, 18 is the place to start, and then you can go forward or go backward as you kind of get more used to the show in general. But yeah, it's great. All of the seasons are on Hulu. All of the seasons are also on CBS if you have CBS All Access, and most of the seasons are on Amazon Prime. So there are a lot of places to access Survivor if you're interested in watching it. I could talk all day about Survivor. I love it so much. I don't know a lot of people that watch it. Cole does not really watch it with me. My parents watch it, but obviously I don't live with them, so I can't talk to anybody about it. I just need friends in the internet, in real life, whatever. I need people that watch Survivor and love it as much as I do to talk about it with because the season has been so good so far, and I can't wait to see how the rest of the season is going to play out. My last TV favorite is another one that maybe shouldn't really count because I've actually been watching it mostly since winter has ended, since March has started, but I did kind of watch a little bit of it in the winter, so I'm going to count it because it's been kind of a little bit consuming my life lately, and that is Love Island, which is a UK reality show all about these like super gorgeous single people living in this crazy mansion together for like a month and a half, and there's drama and there's love and there's games, and then at the end somebody wins a prize. And I have been watching season 6, which was the winter edition of it that they just did like in January and February. It ended just a few weeks ago, and I love it. It's like so trashy and so just like, it's such a guilty pleasure, and it's so easy to just put on and watch and get like sucked into these people's lives, but also like while you're kind of doing other stuff. I can't explain it, but it's just one of those shows that you know it's bad, but in a good way, and you can't stop watching. Like I really, really enjoy it. I've seen season 4 before. I may have even talked about it in a favorites video at some point. I watched season 4 last year, and I couldn't get into season 5. I watched like 4 episodes, and I didn't really care about any of the people, but season 6 is really good, and I think I'm gonna try to watch the Australian Love Island next because I've heard it's really good. Love Island, who would have thunk it? It is just like, it is the trashiest of trashy reality TV, and I love it. Let's do music next because it's been a while since I had some music favorites, and I have music favorites, and then I have a lot of movies, so I'll save the movies for the end. My first music favorite is probably not going to come as a surprise to anyone, and that is the new Harry Styles album, Fine Line. It came out in December, and I have been listening to it basically on repeat, or I was listening to it basically on repeat for a while. It's really good. Every song on it is really good. I loved Harry Styles' debut album. It was such a different feel from One Direction, obviously, and there was something so like personal and emotional about his debut album, and I really, really loved it. But Fine Line is just like a whole nother level of good. Like, Harry was trying to figure out who he was as a solo artist with his first album, and now he's like establishing himself as a solo artist, and it's just really, really good. My favorite songs on the album, I've got it pulled up on my phone right now, are Adore You. I also really love Falling. I love She. I also love Fine Line. I love basically every song. There's just something about Harry Styles that I'm like never not gonna love, because I love One Direction still. I listen to One Direction all the time, and he's probably like the most successful of the 5 that went solo. I just really love his stuff, and he's very talented. He's very, very gifted musically, and this album is just, it's really good. My other music favorite is kind of a surprising one because she's someone that I was aware of her music, and I've heard some songs, like the popular ones, but I didn't realize like exactly how talented she was until I sat down and listened to her entire album, and that is Billie Eilish. I've really been loving her album, When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? She is just so talented. Her vocals are unlike anything I've ever heard. I also think it's crazy that she's just 18 and she's like basically like the most famous, like biggest up-and-coming pop star ever. I can't think of a single song on her album that I don't like. I think that she's just gonna continue to be amazing, and I can't believe that it took me so long to like actually sit down and listen to her album. Obviously I've heard Bad Guy everywhere, it's like on everything, but honestly like the rest of the album is like a cut above. Like, she is so freaking talented. My favorite songs on the album are You Should See Me in a Crown, All the Good Girls Go to Hell, When the Party's Over, 8, Bury a Friend, I Love You, just pretty much all of them. I mean, really, it is such a fantastic album, and I can't believe, like I said, that it took me so long to actually sit down and listen to her. She is so talented. And obviously, finally, let's talk about movies, because I've been seeing so many movies. I got the Cinemark Movie Club thing, so I get like a credit to go to the movies every month. Obviously, I pay for it, but I get tickets to movies at a cheaper rate, and so Cole and I have been going to the movies a lot. I'm gonna talk about a very unexpected movie fave. Cole and I's most recent movie theater adventure. We went and saw Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, we went and saw the, I don't know, I was gonna say the remake, but it's not really a remake, it's just Sonic the Hedgehog. And it was actually really, really good. It was so cute. There were a ton of like super funny moments in it. And obviously it's just like this like kind of candy movie. Like, you go in and you just know that it's going to be a ton of fun. There's not a lot of substance there, but you're gonna have a good time. Obviously, like, we were really interested to see it after they completely changed the animation style. I think based on the ending of the movie, there's definitely going to be a second one, and so I will definitely see that one as well, just because of like how much fun we had seeing that movie. I mean, we were laughing the entire time, and it is so rare for me to just watch a movie with pure enjoyment and just laugh when things are actually fun. I don't know, it just like, I don't know, it was really, really good. If you want to go see Sonic the Hedgehog, I would highly recommend doing so. It should still be in theaters most places, because it hasn't been in theaters too long. My next movie favorite is one that I saw way back in December, like the very beginning of December, and that is Knives Out. This is such a fun movie. It's like a mystery. It's got a Clue vibe to it. You're trying to solve the crime with this kooky detective, and the atmosphere, the aesthetic of that movie is just so pleasing. Like, everything about it was really, really good, and I had a really good time watching that movie. I just love a movie where you just go and you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I am along for the ride. And that's kind of what Knives Out was. I went in not really knowing what to expect and came out so pleasantly surprised by what I watched. I think it has just like the most stellar cast that you could possibly imagine. It's one that I think I'll probably buy on DVD or Blu-ray when it comes out, because it's one that I'll probably want to rewatch a lot as, you know, as time goes on. I love when I feel like a movie is a movie that I'm gonna rewatch. There's only a handful of movies that I just love to rewatch, and I think Knives Out is gonna be one of them. And finally, my last movie favorite, my last favorite for the winter season is obviously Little Women. I saw Little Women back in January with my mom and two of my best friends, and it was such a great movie to go see just as girls, seeing Little Women. It was so great. I have read Little Women a long time ago. I've read the books, or the book, and I really liked it, and I've seen the 1994 adaptation of Little Women so many times that it's just one of my favorites. And I was really wary going into a new version of Little Women, just knowing how much I love the Winona Ryder version, but this was so good. Greta Gerwig just took the story of Little Women and just did exactly what Louisa May Alcott would have wanted her to do with it. I just think that it's one of the most brilliant adaptations of a book ever. I feel like it was so true to the story, like true to the book, but also it was its own thing. And the performances in this movie were just amazing. I've been obsessed with Saoirse Ronan for a long time. Since I saw Atonement for the first time, Saoirse Ronan is an actress that I knew was going to be fantastic, and she has continuously proved that. Florence Pugh is like my new girl crush. Like, she's so good, and her playing Amy in this movie just made Amy such a lovable character, even when she's not like the most lovable character, you know? Definitely my favorite movie that I saw this winter because of how just emotional it was. I was in tears. I was bawling for the entire last hour of the movie. It was so good. It was so good. But that's not an unpopular opinion. Everybody that's seen it has just loved it, and that's why it is the most brilliant movie. So those are all the things I've been loving this winter. It has been such a good season. Everything has been just going really great, aside from the fact that I really haven't been reading too much. I've been consuming a lot of other really great media. I've also just been like living the best life. So, I mean, I can't complain too much. Hopefully the spring will be just as fruitful in terms of favorites, but we'll just have to wait and see. You can wait for that video in June? Is that when I post that? I don't know. I don't know what months are anymore. Let me know down in the comments if you have any similar favorites to me. I would really love to know. Have you also been loving any of the things that I've been loving? Also, I need recommendations. I need TV recommendations. I need movie recommendations. I need music recommendations because I've been getting back into the listening to music thing, and I've been loving it. So if you have anything that you just think that I 100% need to listen to, watch, see, I'd really love to know all that stuff down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!